If you've watched some of my previous videos on caregivers and caregiver burden, then you might have seen me talking about the siblings. The sibling that never helps, the sibling that always criticizes but doesn't do much, and the one that's nowhere to be found until the actual crisis happens. And suddenly they have all the opinions. So today I want to talk about something that can actually change this whole dynamic, and that's called a care team meeting. Not a family showdown, not an intervention, and definitely not a chance to air out 20-year-old grievances at the dinner table. I'm talking about a structured family meeting that focuses on one thing and one thing only: keeping your parents safe. As a nurse practitioner, I've watched this play out over and over again. Families wait until somebody gets hospitalized before they sit down and try to figure it out. And by then, everyone's emotional, everyone has opinions, yet nobody has an actual plan. So let's change that today. But before we get started, if you're new here, I'm Erica, the neighborhood MP, and I help busy families navigate their elderly loved one's healthcare so that they can be the child or the loved one and not have to be the nurse, the doctor, the secretary, the Uber, and all the other things that caregivers end up being when they're not prepared before the crisis. But let's get into it. The first 5 minutes of this meeting determine how the rest of it goes. And this is not an exaggeration. Families either build trust in those first 5 minutes or completely lose the room. Start by saying something like this: I called this meeting because I love our family, and I want us to feel more supported and less overwhelmed. This isn't about blaming anyone, it's about making a plan together. Say it out loud. Even if it sounds corny, it really does set the tone for the rest of the meeting. Then lay out a few simple ground rules before it gets going. One person speaks at a time, no yelling, no interrupting, because we're really here to solve problems, not attack each other. And I be telling my people, hey, listen, do that on your own time. Right now, we're here to talk about dad. And sometimes you have to be real to get everybody on the same page. And it's okay to take a break. Emotions may run high. They likely will. You don't have to solve everything in one sitting. This is not a one and done conversation. It's the beginning of an ongoing plan. Now come close. This part may be a little awkward. Do it anyway. Ask each family member to tell another family member what they appreciate about them, or one thing that's gone well recently with your parents' care. I know you don't want to kiss no butt, you don't want to sound cheesy, I get it. But when people feel appreciated before the hard stuff starts, they are so much more able to actually listen than getting defensive. Because the goal, as the leader of the meeting, is to try to get everybody to let their guard down before you get into the difficult topics. Listen, everybody got choices, and I just want you to know yours. But if you skip this step, you're going to spend the whole entire meeting managing people's feelings and try to prevent people from feeling offended instead of solving problems. Write down the agenda if you need to. You can print it out and put it on the table so that everybody knows what you're going to talk about. Today's goal isn't to decide who loves mom the most, and it's definitely not to relitigate what happened 4 Thanksgivings ago. Save that for therapy. The goal is simple. How do we keep mom and dad safe without one person carrying the entire weight alone? That's the mission. Write it at the top of the paper or the agenda if that helps. And every time the conversation starts drifting into old arguments or side issues, bring it back to that one question: how do we keep mom and or dad safe? Go around the room. Ask each person one at a time, hey, how have you been feeling? And what's been the hardest part for you? Allow them to speak without interrupting. And that is so important. It's a part that many families leave out. Nobody responds, nobody argues, nobody corrects the other or jumps in saying, well, actually, everyone just listens. Now this next one, this is where most family meetings go completely sideways. So make sure you pay close attention. Instead of saying, you're lazy, try to rephrase it, not attacking, but saying, hey, mom missed 2 medication refills this month. Or instead of saying, you never help, try saying, transportation has become difficult because mom has had more appointments lately. Stick to the facts every single time, because facts move families forward. Personal attacks, they shut the whole conversation down and put people on the defense. And once people get defensive, they stop listening to anything you have to say, even if it is true. If you feel yourself sliding into blame, take a pause and try to reframe it as a fact instead. It does take practice, but I promise it will change everything about how these meetings go. This next one is where meetings either succeed or fall completely apart. Don't ask vague questions like, "Can somebody help?" That question goes nowhere because everybody assumes that somebody else will be the one to volunteer. Assign actual jobs with actual names next to it. Who is scheduling the appointments? Who's managing the medications? Who is handling insurance calls? Who is buying the groceries? Who's checking in on the weekends? And if someone genuinely cannot help with hands-on care due to distance or work or even their own family, that does not let them off the hook completely. Maybe they contribute financially. Maybe they handle the paperwork and insurance from afar. Or maybe they can coordinate food or grocery deliveries. There are many ways to support an aging parent, and hands-on care isn't the only one. Before anyone leaves that room, write down exactly what was decided. Who is doing what, when are they doing it, and what the expectations for each person is. Don't rely on memory and definitely don't rely on good intentions. Life gets busy and memories get conveniently fuzzy. Written plans reduce misunderstandings and prevent the same arguments from resurfacing 3 months later. Think of it as your family's care roadmap, something you can pull out and reference when things shift. Because one thing for certain and two things for sure, they will definitely shift. And before I close, if you're thinking that's a lot of information for me to get together, fret no more, because I created the Caregiver Command Binder that includes different scripts you can have for family meetings, blood pressure logs, medication trackers, and a host of other resources that can truly help you organize your loved one's aging care without the stress. You'll know exactly what you need and exactly where to put it, and it will be easy reference. You can get it in both digital and printed formats. I'll leave the link in the description. Here's what I've learned over the years of taking care of elderly patients and their families. The families who communicate earlier usually face less crises. Not because they're perfect, not even because they don't disagree, but because everyone actually knows the plan. If your family is struggling right now, please don't wait until the next hospitalization to have these conversations. Start now, even if it feels forced and even if it's uncomfortable, because uncomfortable conversations today often prevent devastating decisions tomorrow, made in a hospital hallway, under pressure, with no real plan in place. If this video helped you, share it with your siblings before the next family meeting. Make sure you like and subscribe because every week I share videos on caregiver burden, kidney education, and other chronic illnesses. My name's Erica, the Neighborhood MP, and thanks for watching. Until next time.